Pastor Isaac is such a wonderful teacher of the word, and I know that today is going to bless us as he comes to speak to us on this same topic of relationships, okay? So could you please help me put your hands together as we welcome Reverend Isaac Macharia to come and take us up for the next session. You want it down?
1, 2, thank you. Yeah, good afternoon. Wow, are you guys okay? Wonderful. Thank you, my brother. Blessings. Thank you, Pastor Ken, Pastor Lillian, for the opportunity to come and speak in the lives of these wonderful people. As introduced, my name is Isaac, and I lead Trinity Chapel, which is a church plant of Nairobi Chapel, and we have been here serving God, and we thank God for his faithfulness. We recently celebrated 8 years of ministry here. Our vision is to grow deep to reach wide. Grow deep in the things of God, grow deep in our relationship with God, and reach wide and, have impact wherever God places us. Amen. I was just doing a recap with Pastor Ken on his session, and he was sharing with me some of the things that he shared. How many of you were here for the first session? You were here, like you have not just joined us like myself. Wow, thank you. Wow. What was one of the things that stood out for you? Socialize before you specialize. Hey. Anything stood out for you? Yes? Take the risk. Take the risk of what? Of approaching. Yeah, but also be approachable, Because, because somebody might want to take the risk, but where the risk is being directed is, you also need to be, approachable. I had something on this side. What? Define the relationship. Yeah. Define the relationship. Don't be in something that is not defined. I had something this side. Dating is a runway. Dating is a runway. Meant to take off and... all right. Is that the one that's talking about timelines? Yeah, that dating is not for forever. It started at this... Every relationship must have progressive timelines. All right? Yeah, you cannot be dating for 9 years, 11 years. Yes, my sister. The relationship should lead to marriage. That should be the primary reasons for those of us that champion. The goal of a relationship is to lead to... Now, not all relationships end up in marriage. Okay, but that should never be the goal when starting. All right, relationships are not for passing time. Say, now I am in second year. Before I go to third year, I need someone. All right? Can you imagine being in a relationship where the other person defines it like that? Of course, they won't tell you. Wow. Yes, Abby. If you initiate the conversation, don't be shocked when you lead the marriage. Hey. Oh, guys need to be the pursuers. Oh, yeah. By the way, sisters, this is for free. Guys, the gentlemen are not listening to this. This one is for you, The guys are not hearing what I'm saying at all. All right? Yeah, this will help you. This will help you because you see, sometimes as a lady you are attracted to a man, but the man doesn't seem interested. And sometimes out of fear and out of... now here is the thing. A guy who you want them to talk to you and they are not talking to you, the bad thing is that they are always having someone else who they are talking to. Right? So you end up hating someone for free. Yeah, because you're wondering, why, I want him to talk to me the way he talks to you. Why is he not talking to me the way, and you feel. So sometimes what happens is, you may feel the urge to be the one to initiate and, carry on the conversation and blah, blah, blah. But here's the thing. This is the truth. Guys are not listening. This one is for you, sisters. The guys are not listening. Men do not know what to sustain what they have not pursued. Wait, guys, gentlemen, you're not listening. You're not supposed to respond. You're not hearing. It is only the ladies. This is for the ladies. Okay? Men do not know how to sustain a relationship that they did not pursue. And sisters, you do not want to be in a relationship where you are leading, because that's dysfunctional. You are meant to be led. And being led is not a position is not a lesser position. Okay? Wow, good. Two more. Reflections. Yes, my sister. A relationship that excludes you from others makes you a target for the enemy. That's very profound. Yeah, please, be known. Don't be secret service enterprises. Okay? Be very aware of somebody who wants to date you undercover. I call it submarine ministries. Somebody who wants to date you. Sammy, I don't like people knowing my things. Some of them even get spiritual. You see even Joseph, when he shared with his family about his dreams. Hey, he was sold into slavery. So, this is between me and danger. Hey, as you are dating, have a learning, not a shopping mentality. Wow, those were heavy truths. My goodness. Now I'm wondering, Pastor Ken, even what to teach. Because what I'm teaching is very simple now. I'm just wondering. Anyway, I'd like to share with us in this session, and then we could take questions later on red flags and green flags. All right? Red flags and green flags. As you are pursued and as you pursue, people will exhibit different characters. People will exhibit different things. How do you read into what they are presenting to you? You need to be very, very careful. Now, here, one of the truths about relationships is that when people are in love, there is a certain level of foolishness. I was just pausing so that you take it in. Yeah. That when you are in love, when you are attracted to someone, or when someone is attracted to you, there is a level of foolishness that comes on you that even you can't explain. All right? That's why you will be walking with a lady at midnight in Nabutiti, in some very dark corners. But you're not fearing. You don't fear thieves, you don't fear dogs, you just don't fear and you are walking her home. All right? Okay? Let me tell you, my brother, you're not brave, you are foolish. Okay? Hello? So it's midnight going to 1 a.m. and you have convinced this lady, we don't even need to take a border, we can walk. So you are walking with her, telling her all nice things, and you, my dear sister, you are receiving, you're just feeling this man just loves me. Like who can do this for me? Like this is the real deal. All right? And so they walk you to the place where you maybe stay in some hostel or wherever you stay. And then, you get to the gate, and instead of going in, you're out there again for another 30 minutes, saying all manner of things. And then once the girl gets into the gate and it is locked, all of a sudden, your foolishness is lifted. And you begin to realize, I am in the middle of Nabutiti. And last night there was a story around this. Hey, all of a sudden. So that with that reality that there's a level of foolishness that comes on you when you are attracted to someone, you must be very intentional about staying sober. Huh? And it's only by staying sober that you're able to notice the red flags and the green flags. People in relationships do crazy things. Like crazy things. Love, don't joke with this thing called love. It can make you do crazy things. It can make you buy crazy gifts. It can cause you to write crazy texts. That's why when you break up with someone, you go through that thread and you're reading things and you're like, is this me? Like, this is my God. This is me who was writing these things. I can't imagine. Yeah? So, red flags and green flags. When somebody is pursuing you, or when somebody is coming your way, or just when you're about to say yes to someone, you need to be very, very careful. Now, let me also say this. There is a certain deception. I say it's a deception, it's a notion because it's passed on from one generation to another, where people think that this issue about relationships is so personal, it can't be shared with others. By the way, traditionally, it was not even like that. You know, if we were to go the traditional way of arranged marriages, it was not even like that. You being with someone was a communal thing. It was arranged. Family, people, children were booked as early as 5 years. So it's a done deal. We're just waiting for you to get to a certain age, and it's a done deal. Now, when you look at modernism and postmodernism, which is where we are at today, a lot of young people just navigate through the forest, just do their own thing, get attracted to someone, don't tell anyone accountable about it, just go and then pursue someone, and then they begin to talk 1 month, 2 months, and then 3 months down the line is when they come. If they are responsible enough. Some don't come. Some bring you a wedding card. Hey, Pasi, I've decided to grow up. And they're giving you a card. And this is somebody that you have been discipling for 3, 4, 5 years. They had a girlfriend you didn't even know. Or they're coming to tell you about the home visits. Yeah, Pasi, our conjugal is happening. We're asking whether you can be one of the... we have a budget. And you're like, wait. First of all, you have a girlfriend. Oh yeah, and then you introduce the girlfriend, and the pastor knows the girlfriend, but it's never been out in the public. It's just been a hidden, secretive thing. And where secrets thrive, bad things grow. All right? So I encourage my disciples that say, please involve me in your relationship life as early as attraction. Come and tell me, Pasi, so-and-so. So-and-so, there's something. I'm feeling something towards her. You know what happens at that stage? I'm able to ask you questions that will help you. Otherwise, when you just bring something that is already done, even if I had seen anything, and let me tell you, you've probably read this statement before. I say, a church is like a hospital. There are many patients, and some of them are not responding to medication. Pastors know their patients. There are relationships I see right from the onset, and I know this one is not going anywhere. But you've already brought someone to me, and you're not bringing someone to me for approval. You are just coming to make an announcement. So sometimes I'll just step back and like, okay, let me be preparing here with painkillers and bandages, because that brother is coming back. And he's going to come back in a different state. He came to tell me we are dating, but I said, okay, but I know very soon he is. In the meantime, let me just be. Because at the point of attraction, I am able to ask you some questions that will help you to actually ask yourself, do I really want to? Because let me tell you, you are not meant to be with everyone that you're attracted to. You are not meant to be with everyone that you are attracted to. If you're attracted to this one, you go for them. You're attracted to this one, you go for them. You're attracted to that one, you go for them. That means if you make a mistake, you're not able to undo. One time, there's a sister who was left by a certain brother, and she came to me, and she was not happy. She was not amused, because the brother who had left him is my disciple. So he's coming to ask me, why did your son do this? Why did he do this? Why did he waste my time? He just woke up one day and told the lady, we need to talk. Now, it is not scary. When a man tells a woman we need to talk, it is not scary. But when a woman tells a man we need to talk, hey, it's different. We come there with all manner of bulletproof. We need to talk. You have covered yourself so that whatever. So anyway, this brother wakes up, comes to the lady, tells her, we can't be together again. Why? You're not the problem. You're not it's me. I feel this is not timely. I feel, so this lady is asking, so at what point did you feel this is not timely? You know, we've been dating for almost a year now. So the lady had some serious questions for me. I wish that brother would have, because some of the things that the lady was raising were very legit. Those are questions I would have asked the guy. Okay? Those are questions I would have. So as early as the place of attraction, but that doesn't happen, but that rarely happens, Pastor Ken. People just see a woman and they pursue them and they begin something, and then 4 months down the line, Pastor, we want to see you. And I have all these questions that I would have wanted to ask them, but now I can't ask them because they're not compatible to the level of the relationship they are at. And if I start to ask those questions, they will live there thinking, Pastor does not want us to be together. So do yourself a favor, all right? If you really honor some authorities in your life, and if you are convinced that whatever you are getting in is something good, please seek counsel early enough. Hello? Seek counsel early. You remember that those of you that were here yesterday, I was sharing how I couldn't wait to be a father. Yeah, I just couldn't wait to be a father, because when I was growing up, the way I saw my dad, I was like, what else is more important in life than being a father? You come home, everything revolves around you. Everything that is happening in the house is just directed to you. You eat good food. When others are eating funny pieces of chicken, you are always with the drumstick with soup and with threats in the kitchen. Mom says, no one should touch your fathers. Like everything about my dad, the guy does not iron, the guy does not wash, the guy does not brush shoes. When the guy comes, the remote is automatically transferred to his authority. Like the guy, because that's the moment I see my dad. He's always the guy, everyone is asking for money. Mom is asking dad for money. I am asking my brothers. So I was like, my goodness, this is such a good life. I can't wait to grow up and be a... But my friends and my sisters and my brothers, hey, that was just the screensaver. That was just the... I didn't understand the toiling of fatherhood. I didn't understand the burden of fatherhood. I didn't understand the risks of fatherhood. The best thing I would have done, maybe as I grew up, is to talk to a father and ask him, this is what I see about fatherhood. When my dad comes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I just can't wait. Is there another side that I need to know? Now I feel trapped. I'm telling you, I was telling you how sometimes I just come home, get into the parking, and I don't want to leave that car. I am traumatized. Or sometimes I just come home and go straight to the bedroom and lock. And they're there, Dad. I'm like, God, please. Take this cup away from me. Like, It's the same thing with relationships. You see someone, you're attracted to them, then you start pursuing them, you become an item, and then 3 months, 4 months down the line, you begin to face some realities, and you're like, my goodness, how can I get out of this? Why did I, ladies, you're asking, why did I say yes? Because all of a sudden, you begin to realize it is not as you had thought. So, green flags and red flags. Now, I'll share with you spiritual red flags and green flags, emotional, social, moral, and financial. Is that okay? Then we could take some questions. But before we do that, let me read Matthew chapter 10, verse 16. Matthew chapter 10, verse 16. This is a time when Jesus is talking to some of his disciples. And in verse 16, he tells them, "Behold, I sent you out as a sheep in the midst of wolves." That's not a very good sending statement. "But I send you out as sheep in the midst of wolves. So be shrewd as serpents and innocent as doves." Some versions will say, "So be wise." Do you have a version that says wise? So be wise as serpents and innocent as doves. You see, there is a certain notion that believers are not allowed. I don't know whether there is a Luganda word that for art, but in Swahili is Wakristo si wajanja. Christians are not sharp. You know, like you're not street smart. Siba? Sibalawu. Sibalabufu. Like they're not smart. So Christians are just these guys who just seem to, they're just there. As the Spirit leads. We are just there, you know, we don't understand trends, we don't understand what's happening in the world. For us, everything is just about Calvary. Hallelujah. There is a notion that Christians see valabufu. All right? Listen to what Jesus is telling his disciples. He's telling them, "I am sending you as a sheep among wolves. However, I want you to be as wise as serpents or as shrewd. I want you to be alert. I want you to understand the times, but remain innocent as doves." All right? A lot of believers are caught flat-footed when things happen. That's why Paul is going to write to Timothy and he's going to tell him, "For the Spirit of the Lord is not a spirit of fear, and is not a spirit of timidity." All right? Hello? That is not the authority that God has given us. And even in matters relationships, we must be alert. You must be alert. You are not just there, a brother is just coming to you with any language, and you're just there. No. You must be able to look at someone and look at them with wise eyes and connect some dots. Because some brothers will come to you full of prayer and scriptures and missions and all that Christian language. But you're looking at the guy and you're like, "But you're smelling sweat. I know the kingdom of God suffereth violence, but surely." Yeah? Yeah. The guy prays, but the guy says, "I don't eat ice cream. Ice cream is not of the kingdom." These things about coffee dates and about ice cream and about KFC. No. First of all, do you know what the word KFC means? Guys, where do we get? Come to me with scripture and all that, but I'm going to gauge you with some wise eyes. I'm going to join some dots. Then you are able to know. But those of us that are being pursued and those that are pursuing, it will help you. Now, these red flags and green flags are going to be in three. They are three in one. Because as I speak to us here, we have categories of. We have 4 categories. The fourth one is you already have people that are already married. All right. So here they might be approving my message. But as I speak to us here, there are people who are already in a relationship. Whatever level it is at, there are people here who are already in a relationship. You know, you're already with someone. You've already said yes to someone. So you're not very sure. Whatever stage you are in, there are people here who are in a relationship. There are people here who are single. You are sure that you are sure. There is no confusion about it. You know very well you are. And then category number 3, there are people in this room today who are in a situationship. A situationship is something that cannot be defined. All right? So there's this guy who, if you are to open your WhatsApp messages, I mean, he sends you nice texts. He keeps on checking on you. Maybe there are even some few mobile money messages. Hey, buy some airtime. Hey, you know what? Some niceties. So the guy is behaving like a boyfriend, but he has never asked you out. All right? And you have equally been responding. You have equally been receptive to his messages. Okay? During break, you just find yourself looking for each other. When you have your tea and your snack, you just find yourself sliding towards each other. In fact, there are people who probably think you're in a relationship. They're asking you, what? And but it is not defined. It is a situation. There might even be some level of jealousy. Now you don't want to see them talking to another person. But they're not your person. Those of you who are looking down, I can see you. Yeah? When you see them spending some time with another person, you begin to feel, but they're not your person. You are just in a situationship, and that's not a good place to be in. That's why, as Pastor Ken mentioned, everything must be defined. Please define what you are in, because it will help you a lot of stress. Let me begin on the red flags, and let me begin with spiritual red flags. Spiritual red flag number 1 is apathy. Apathy. The word apathy simply means a disengagement, a lack of interest in. A lack of interest in something. When you lack an interest in something, we can say you are apathetic about it. It's not a big deal. You can't invest in it. You don't think it is something that is worth pursuing. You don't think it is something worth your time. Well, you can do it, but it's not a big deal. If you are dealing with somebody who is spiritually apathetic, that's a great flag. Because that's a person you will end up with. And if they become part and parcel of your major company, it will rub off on you. Hello? Let me try to give you an illustration of apathy. It is said that a big percentage of African voters are apathetic towards politics. All right? So this is what happens. You have a certain number of registered. So voting is happening in a country, in any African country, majorly. Voting is happening, all right? There are a number of, according to the registrar, the register of the voting register of the country, there is a certain number. But when it comes to election, only 30% of people show up to vote. Because they feel whether we vote or we don't vote, it doesn't matter. Politicians are the same. Our lives are not going to change. So what people do, because they have voted and voted and voted and nothing has happened, they begin to be apathetic about voting. They begin to, so somebody say, I close my business a whole day to go and line up to vote for somebody who will not put food on my table. I can't. So you have people who are, for them they will follow the news on social media or on TV, what is happening where. But I am not leaving my things to go and vote because I have become apathetic. Now, when it comes to spiritual things, it's the same thing. So here is a guy who is pursuing you, and when the guy is talking about other things, they are very alive, they are very alert, they are very passionate until you introduce the God story, until you introduce church story, and all of a sudden energies shift. They have no contribution. They don't have anything to say about God. They can't lead you in a prayer of more than 10 minutes. You can't even mention a prayer retreat, two of you, that we are going to Seguku Prayer Mountain for a whole day just to pray for a relationship. Nothing like that. But when you begin to talk about other things, the guy has information, the guy has data, the guy knows what is happening, until you start talking about the things of God. You start talking about discipleship, you start talking about prayer, and all of a sudden, Yaka tokens go away. That's a red flag, my dear. Do you know that that's going to be the father of your children? Do you know that's going to be the mother of your children? Spiritual apathy. Number 2 is a red flag, is somebody who has no progressive discipleship. Show me a record of your growth as a believer. Where did you start? How has the journey moved on? Where are you now? What do you aspire to be? Who are you working with? Where do you serve? How involved are you in your ministry? Where there is no progressive disciple. Somebody told me, I got saved in S1. Yeah, I got saved in S1. And then? I'm saved. Like there's no progressive, there's nothing. Where you were, because ladies, just being saved is not enough. Oh yeah. There are guys, do you know it is said, did you see some statistics, Pastor Ken, that came out the other day? In Uganda, 85% of the population is Christian. 85%. Then why do we have all these dramas? Why do we have all these things happening if 85% of a country is people purport to be Christians? That's a serious bread. You must be interested. You must be interested. My wife, Rahab, who we have been married for, going to be 15 years in November. Wow. You guys are making 15. September. Wow. 15 years of marriage. Yeah. 15 years of marriage and almost call it 2.5 years of dating. So we've been together for almost 18 years. So these things I'm telling you, they are credible. This is 18 years. This is 18 years speaking. We are now in the adulthood of our relationship. So before I became Pastor Rahab's boyfriend, there was a guy in their church who wanted her. So the guy is trying to pursue Rahab, and so one time they're not even anything anyway. They're just church mates, serve God together. So Rahab, the guy comes to Rahab, and Rahab asked him, "Who is your mentor?" And the guy says, "Mentor for what? Mentor for? Mentor for what? Me, I work with Jesus." Red. One of the hardest things I am discovering is that people don't like to be mentored. People don't like accountability. Oh yeah. When you begin that conversation of mentors, a lot of people become very defensive. I don't have people who we click with. No. If you want something, if something is important to you, you will pursue it and go for it. Amen? Good. Let me give you some 2 green flags. Number 1 is somebody who is submitted. Submitted to God and submitted to others. Submitted to other authorities. And let me tell you, you can't fake closeness with God. You can't fake closeness with somebody who is close with God. You will know. You will see that it will be evident in their rhythms. It will be evidence in their language. It will be evident in their investments. they will have a certain flow that you will not have to join the dots, because it's there in the open. Somebody who is distant from God is still the same thing. That's where the red flag comes in. So somebody who is submitted, one, to God, but two, to other leaders. Somebody who is submitted to their father, if they have a father, or if they have a father figure. Somebody who is submitted to their leader. If they are serving in church, they have leaders. Somebody who is submitted to them. It is a red flag when your guy or your lady is always talking evil and negative things about the people that lead them. That's a red flag, because guess what? You are joining that category soon. Huh? The girl you are pursuing talks ill about the father. Oh, my father this, my father that. It's talking ill about their leader. Oh, my leader this, my... And then you're going to be the husband. You think you're special? You are joining that list very soon. The same way she tells others bad things about the leader is the same thing that you will find them telling bad things about, my husband, my God. I wish he was like so and so. I wish he was like this. You are joining that category, the red flag. So, but somebody who is submitted to God and others, that's a good red flag. And of course, the other green flag is somebody who is in a growth environment, in a spiritual growth environment. Somebody who is in a discipleship setting. Lillian, I used to be very, it would leave me on cloud 9 when I visited Rahab in her church. And I saw how she was being treated by the people in the church. It gives me confidence that I'm getting married to a good woman. One, she is known, she's being mentioned, she's being highlighted, she's leading this group, she's doing that, she's leading prayer on the altar, she's doing this. I was like, this is a good thing. But you get married to a guy who, if they have invited you to their church, and then they tell you, when they start saying the grace, we go. And don't talk to. People in this church are toxic. Don't talk to. When you just hear the grace, we. And some of your friends were just waiting after the service to come and get introduced to Wapi. They are looking where you have disappeared. Yeah, because somebody is not in a discipleship environment. They're not in a growth environment. That's very, very dangerous. Spiritual red flag number 1. Apathy. Number 2. Green flag number 1. Green flag number 2. Wonderful. Let's move to emotional red flags. Number 1 is unpredictability. People who are emotionally unpredictable. I'm talking about serious mood swings. Today they're feeling like that. Tomorrow they're like that. 1 hour ago you just send them a message. The other hour you're sending them a message and they send you a message back. They tell you, I need time alone. Wondering what has happened. You know, they are just people that are emotionally unpredictable. When you are dealing with them, it's like stepping on eggshells. You don't know whether you are loud or whether you are. You don't know whether you just don't know. You're just at the mercies of their emotions. Emotionally unpredictable people. That's a serious red flag. Red flag number 2 is detachment. People who detach from you. This is simply called ghosting. Okay? They just ghost you, blue tick you, block you, and then show up after 14 days or after 40 days as if they had gone to be with the Lord like Moses. And then expect that the relationship moves from where it was 40 days ago. Hi, I'm back. What do you mean you're back? Where have you been? I was facing some issues, so I needed some space. And they're even trying to justify their being away. They're just detached from you, detached from your realities. There are people who, when you get close to them, and you begin to share some hard stuff, And they begin to deal with you from afar. What were you saying? Hey, your mother and your father are fighting. Oh my God, we need to pray. Isn't that the time you need to feel that somebody is really caring? Because it really is not a hard thing to relate with people when things are going on well. It is in those moments of emotional turmoil that we need people to feel like, wow, when everybody deserted me, this person stayed. All right? So unpredictability and detachment or ghosting. Green flags, emotional green flags. Number one is somebody who is present. Yeah, somebody who you can feel, you can almost feel their presence. That when everybody is not around, I feel like this person is with me. I feel like this person is present in my issues. They're helping me navigate through the trenches. They're helping me process what is happening. They are suggesting this. They are standing with me. They have given me the assurance. They have told me, if you need someone to talk to, please just know I am here. And whatever I cannot do, I promise that I'll look for someone who can help us if you need that help. There is a certain sense of assurance that comes with somebody that you are emotionally connected to. Green flag number 2 is somebody that is empathetic. It's somebody that is empathetic. It's somebody that feels you. Somebody that feels your pain. Somebody that feels your joys. Somebody that celebrates with you. Somebody that is able to, stand in the gap. Somebody that is empathetic. Empathetic basically means I feel your pain. I feel your joys. All right? And even when I cannot do anything about it, just my presence is assured. When you have somebody who ghosts you, hey, oh yeah. All right, let's move to social red flags. Yes. Social red flag number 1 is somebody who it is not clear who his or her friends are. Who are your friends? No. Now, this is the worst category. If you have this category, you need to run. Me, I do life alone. I'm a ninja. Me, I don't like my things being known by others. Me, I do life. My dear, once you become part and parcel of that person and they bring you into that cave, you will be lonely. Now, you can be rest assured, somebody who does not like doing life with others, when you come into their life, don't think they will be okay with you doing life with others. Hey, hello? Somebody who does not want to do life with others, when you come into their lives, don't be deceived that they will be okay with you doing life with others. They will want you to stay in that cave. You will feel lonely, you will feel muzzled, you will feel silenced, you will feel caged. Now it needs to be who are your friends? Who are your friends? Who are the people that you say, these are my friends? Because you're also able to know about somebody's character based on the people they hang around. Oh, yeah. You just look at the people they hang around and you're like, red flag. So when it is not clear who is your best friend, who are the people that you constantly do life with? Yeah, and even the married people here will tell you, every married couple needs friends who they can pick, they can call anytime. In fact, Rahab says, I need Isaac to have friends who, if I'm trying to get him and I can't find him and I'm trying everything and he's not there, his phone is off, I need to have at least 2 people who I can call and ask them, do you know where Isaac is? If I don't have those people, that's dangerous. Yeah. So does your person know your friends? Do you also know her friends? Social red flag number 1, not clear who his or her friends are. Social red flag number 2 is somebody who is rude to others. Now, here is the catch. Hello? Here is the catch. They are not rude to you. They are not rude to. They are nice to you, they are kind to you, they are wow to you. But to others, they are rude. They are rude to waiters. You go to a restaurant and once you sit down, when the waiter comes to serve, they have already picked a quarrel. Why is our table dirty? You know, we are here, we are customers here. They are rude to border guys, even the way they bargain. Somebody stops their border, jabale kose, kale. Town meka? Town where? Mabirizi. Mpa 15. 15. Zinyinji. You go. My friend. Even bargaining, you are rude. They are there telling you see these border guys, you can't be kind to them. Many of them, they are thieves. You are rude to conductors. Even the way you ask for your change, and it's only 500. Yeah, from here, KIU, you are going to Seroma. Give the guy 2K, or you give the guy 1K. It's supposed to give you 500. The way you are asking for that 500, and you are with your girlfriend there. Hey. Top attendants. So here is the thing. Your guy or your person is rude to other people. They just have this rudeness, but they're not rude to you. Let me tell you what is happening to you. You are being marinated. You're just being marinated with curry powder this side, paprika this side. Your time is coming. And your time will be the worst because your time will be the longest because you live with this man. You're not like a conductor. Conductor is just from KIU to Seroma, then you get out. This person who is rude to others but not rude to you, your time is coming. That's a serious red flag of somebody who is rude. They are rude up to other people. They are rude to, no. Anyway, let's talk about the green flags. Green flag number 1 is somebody who has known friends. Somebody who has known friends. They have known friends in church. They have known friends in the community. They have known friends in school. You see, those people you come to their church and you actually realize this person is not connected to this church community at all. They just attend. There's no connection with their church community. Wow. It is a green flag for somebody who has known friends. It is also a green flag for somebody who is socially adaptive. A socially adaptive person is somebody who has a sense of thriving in relationships irrespective of a change in the social environment. Hello? Yeah. Because there are people who want to define where they interact. If I am outside of that environment, it's a totally different person, and they don't want to be asked about it. Are you saying that all of us must have the same social environments? That's not possible. Sometimes it's not possible. That's something that you grow in together in marriage. But in terms of relationships, we will need to go to different places that are your social environments and not necessarily my social environments. Please, when I am dating Rahab and we go to a place which is my social environment, she should be able to blend in and interact with other. You go with your girlfriend somewhere and she shuts down. Just there looking angry, looking suspicious, looking, people tell you, where did you get that one? How did you convince her? Because the way we saw, no. You may not be on your A game, but there must be a level of adaptability. You warm up to the friends so that even when now he also comes into your environment, he's also able to adapt. But people who say, no, we are only going, in fact, there's another red flag where people come and they begin to cut you off from spaces. They don't want you to talk to Hezekiah again. you must change that church. You must move from Kansanga, go to Gaba. They just begin to cut you off. That's called control. All right? So, we're saying somebody who is socially adaptive. All right? Social red flag number one. Social red flag number one. Not clear of friendship. Number two. Green flag number one. Non-friends. Green flag number two. Socially adaptive. Let's talk about moral red flags and moral green flags. Moral red flag number one. Somebody who makes sexual advances. Somebody who is trying to have sex with you, they are committed to seducing you. They are committed to doing anything that will arouse you. The messages they send you, they are sexting you. They are sending you links. They are sending you nudes. They are just, everything that they are sending you is just arousal. My dear friend, my dear sister, my dear brother, somebody who is making sexual advances, they are always insisting on dates in secluded places. They're always including you where they stay. When are you going to come to visit me? When are you going to come to visit me? Are you a patient? To be visited in hospital. When are you going to visit me? You're not sick? I need to cook for you. I need to cook. Go to a restaurant. Cook mandazi and sell in the community. You don't have to, if you want to show off how good you can cook. They just want to get you into a space of vulnerability. Just want to get you into a space of vulnerability. You're just sexual advances, making very suggestive comments, talking about. There are people who go to the extreme of even talking about genitals. You're just in this nice date and somebody begins to say very gross things. My dear, that person is not confident. They are immoral. You know, it can come out as, hey, you're wondering, wow, you're so confident. That person is not confident. They are immoral. That's a serious red flag. Hello? Those of you that are looking down, I can see you. Another moral red flag is somebody who does not have clear values. They are always on the fence. They are always in gray areas concerning, they don't have absolutes. You ask them, so what's your take on sex before marriage? It depends. It depends on what? Hey, can you imagine? Say, what's your stand on sex before marriage? It depends. With the situation. No clear values on their lives, especially as far as their character is concerned. No clear values. Say, what's your opinion on tithing? Well, don't bring up the issue of tithing. That is a very sensitive issue. No, I am asking you, what is your opinion on tithing? Say, you know, you can't trust pastors. We're not talking about pastors. We are talking about your personal conviction on. You realize they don't have a stand. You realize they don't have stands. They are always on the fence. They just don't have clear boundaries. That's a person who says, my response is dependent on the situation. It's not dependent on my convictions. It's dependent on the situation. If the situation, if I need to act a certain way for the situation to be favorable to me, I will definitely go that way. Wow, no clear boundaries. I need to ask hard questions on some of these things. All right? 2 green flags, and then we get into the last one, which is financial. One is somebody who has boundaries. Yeah? Somebody who you begin to talk to and they realize, wow, this person they have very clear boundaries about about their life. Say, as for me, where I live, I'm not visited by men. If I'm visited by a man, that man cannot be alone. I need to be with another friend. And one of them cannot leave earlier. Because some of you guys are very deceptive. You say, that girl, she will not allow us to visit when I'm alone. So we will go, and then what you will do, you will leave, you leave the rest to me. I will handle. He said, no. If you are living together. All right? Or somebody who says, I cannot be out past this time. Somebody, they just have clear values. They just have clear values and things like that. That's a good green flag. Number 2 is somebody who is morally predictable. Somebody who is morally, you can almost tell if a situation comes up, this is how this person, based on his character or her character, this is how they will respond. This person cannot steal. If we are walking on the streets and we find money down, it is almost predictable that that person will not suggest that we pick that money and make it ours. The person is an honest person. Okay? Some of you are looking down because you know, my guy is not like that. My guy is not. Somebody who is morally. So here is how you know that somebody is morally predictable. You can defend them. That's the mark of moral predictability. You can defend them and say, listen guys, that cannot be Bonnie. It is not him. That cannot be. It is not him. Something very interesting happened when we were planning for our wedding. This is 2010. This is 2010 around September, October, because we got married in November. So this is September. I can't remember. It's September, October. So in the estate where we lived in, my dad had built a family home somewhere. And so just before we got married, 3 months before we got married, they moved from the estate home to where he had built. So I am the one, because I was getting married in a few months, I was the one who was now left in this home. In fact, my dad thought when we get married, that's where we will stay. But we decided with Rahab that we didn't want that attachment. So we just wanted a neutral place. That's a story for another day. So my dad and my mom was already deceased by that time. So it's my dad, one of my cousins used to live with us, and 2 of my brothers, they moved, and so I lived there alone. So August, September, October, those 3 months I was living alone there. Now around September, October, I met a lady who was a neighbor. She's like my mom. She's a mama. Like her kids, some of her kids are even older than her. So by all means, she's like my mom. So one of those days, I'm just walking out the estate, and she calls me, "Hey, Isaac, come." And he says, "Hey, I met so-and-so." Now that so-and-so used to be a house girl in our next door neighbor, but the house girl in that home. So she tells me, "I met so-and-so. And she was pregnant." When she became pregnant, she disappeared. That's none of my business. I didn't even know she was pregnant. It was not my issue. Now this mama found the lady and asked her, "Who?" And the lady told the mama, "It is the landlord's son." Now, we are 4 boys. Me and my other 3. I'm the firstborn, and then I have 3 brothers who follow me. That lady that girl told the mama, "It is the landlord's." The mama told her, "The landlord has 4 sons. Which one?" He says, "The big one." Now, that mama knows me. That mama knows my journey. Because we have been in the same estate since 1988. Like, this is a mama who has seen me grow from a small primary kid to my days of rebellion, to my days of coming to the Lord, to my days of training as a pastor. Now I am actually getting, like this mama has seen she knows my story. When that lady told that mama, the big one, that mama almost removed her clothes. I said, what? Do you know that man is a pastor? Do you know that man and do you know he's getting married? What that mama did, she stood for me. She stood for me and she told that girl, you cannot say that. That cannot be Isaac. I know Isaac. I know the mom, the late mom. I know the dad. I know the family. I know what. Hey. Akanitetea. You stood in the gap for? Of course it wasn't me. Stop looking. How are you guys looking at me like that? Some of you are looking at me like, hey, Pastor, are you sure? Guys, it wasn't me. Guys, honestly, it wasn't me, guys. Yeah, the mark of moral predictability is that somebody who's close can stand and say, on this one, it's not the person. Now, some of you cannot defend your people because, hey, the things they have taken you through, you know. All right? So boundaries and moral predictability. Let's talk about financial red flags and green flags, and then maybe we could pick a few questions. Financial red flags. Okay? Financial red flag number one is the lack of transparency. You are a student. You are I know where you are a student from a certain neighborhood. Your father is not like this. Your mother is not like this. But where are you getting money? You have a new phone. You have new things. You have this. You have a laptop. You have all these fancy things. But you are not employed. Your family is just a regular. Where are you getting these things? It's the Lord. Which Lord? Landlord. Can your person be transparent about the money they have? Lack of transparency. Not just in terms of what they have, but how do they get the things they have? You're just there eating chips and chaps. You're just there moving from one restaurant to another and thinking, oh, this guy cares. Hey, the next thing you know, police is looking for someone. Someone is in Kabalagala because they're a con man. You've been eating blood money and you'd have no idea. But somebody who is, so it's a red flag. It's a red. And you know, some of these guys, with the quest to impress you, they will do very funny things. They will do very funny things. They will lie at home. They will do all manner of things to get money because they want to impress you with Valentine gifts, birthday gifts, getaway gifts. You must be very, very careful to make sure that the person you're dealing with is a transparent person. Another financial red flag is somebody who is always asking for financial favors. They always need money for salon. They always need money for an outing. They always need money for a galcation. So they are always asking you for money, asking you for money, asking you for money. They always need favors. They always need favors. That's a red flag. That's a red. Yeah, and not, guys, it's not only ladies, even men. In fact, for men, it is even worse. Yeah. And because when you are in love, remember, there is a level of foolishness you're operating in. You're just giving this guy money. The relationship I was telling you about, that was also one of the issues. But when this lady was in all that, she did not know. For her, she just saw an honest brother who I am helping. And say, and Pastor, I don't know whether you know this, but this guy borrows money a lot. In your days in your days of the mountaintop, you didn't, I say, aha. And she had a list. There's a day you guys were having something in church. Oh, he told me he does not have money. I send him 20K. Oh, there's a day you guys were going for a prayer retreat and people were coming. I send him money. Hey, 1, 2, 1. There's a day he told me, oh, his money for rent has delayed. I send him 100K. Is going to be. I send him. I say, Did he refund? No. Did you ask for it? No. Always asking for favors. Always asking for favors. Always asking for 100K here, 20K here, 50K here. Oh. And when you don't send it, hey, wahala. Now it has moved from favors to entitlement. You don't even love me. You don't even care about me. You know there are conversations sometimes you will be having with your girlfriend, and then you can see on WhatsApp typing. Typing, those typing that go on for 14 minutes. Typing. My friend, you just know what is coming your way. Hey. You don't love me anymore. You don't even care about me anymore. No. That's manipulation. Bad manners. Always asking for favors. Talk about I have 2K alone. We will buy chips for 2K. Whether we can, chips for 2K is countable. You can count the actual pieces of chips. We will sit across the table and you will bite and then I will bite. And then for 2, because that's what I have. I am honest. We've had those dates with Rehab because when we started dating with Rehab, we were also in campus. And sometimes we would go, we have money for 1 drink, 1 snack. Ladies and gentlemen, we enjoyed it the way it was. We buy 1 drink, we ask for an extra cup, half. We buy 1 kebab, we cut it in small pieces. She takes a bite, I take a bite. Some of the pressures that some of us are taking us others through. Hey, especially now in the age of social media, my goodness. You see things that people are being done for, you also want to demand the same. No. Green flag is somebody that is open and somebody that is transparent. Green flag number 2, and the last one is somebody that is generous. Generosity, wonderful people, is a good green flag. Somebody who is generous, they are willing to share the little they have with you, I pray that you do not fall into the hands of a stingy person. I thought you would say amen. I pray that you do not fall into the hands of a stingy person. Because there are people, even when, have you seen those people? You have 100K in the pocket, 100K. Like spare money you can use, 100K. But you see them, they are eating chikomando for 1K. Looking harassed and sabotaged. You have 100K, you can't even be generous to yourself. One of those days, just decide to go to a nice restaurant, and when you ask for the menu, don't look at, because this is how many of you look at the menu. You ask for the menu, but you don't even read the food. You read the price, and then you confirm. You go to a restaurant, sit down, menu, you ask for a menu. Menu, please. When the menu is brought, you're not even looking at pork, chips, no, fish. No, you're not looking at the food. You start, the price, you see something, 4K. When you come this side, water, you go back. Because for you, you have a cap. For you cannot eat anything above 7K, you are spoiling money. When you grow up with that attitude, you are going to subject your person to stinginess. Good people are generous people. Say, I have 20K here. What can we have together? I have 10K here. What can we have together? I have 50K here. They are generous people. They will buy you, and they take note of what they choose to interpret as important. What you define as important, they make it important. Some ladies here, Valentine is a big thing to them. Like Valentine, to them is a big thing. And then you come into their lives. You come to crush. See, those are, do you even know what Valentine means in the spiritual realm? Do you know those are sacrifices that are offered to the, she's just telling you, I need a gift. That's all. You begin to define as important what the other person defines as important. Amen. Wonderful.